The fate of Lyle Menendez, 57, was decided after he was denied parole Friday by a California board, a day after his younger brother Eric was also rejected in his bid for release from the San Diego prison, where the two have spent nearly 35 years. On Thursday, parole commissioners told Eric Menendez that despite strong family support, his conduct in custody, including repeated cell phone violations, showed he remained unwilling to follow rules. The panel ordered the brothers to remain incarcerated for at least 3 more years. The decision left him visibly shaken, even as he listened intently to Barton, who added, "Two things can be true. They can love and forgive you, and you can still be found unsuitable for parole." The hearings for both brothers were the closest they have come to release since their life sentences were reduced in May, making them eligible for review. Shortly after committing the crimes, the brothers embarked on a spending spree, purchasing luxury cars, watches, trips abroad, and, in Lyle's case, a New Jersey restaurant. They were arrested in 1990 after Eric confessed to his therapist.
Now, let's do a full recap of the fate of the brothers and how the case evolved over time.
Parole denied for one of the Menendez brothers. But let's recap how we got here. The Menendez brothers refers to Lyle and Eric Menendez, who were convicted in 1989 of taking the lives of their parents, Jose and Kitty Menendez. The brothers shot their parents in their Beverly Hills home. Initially sentenced to life in prison without parole, they were recently resentenced to 50 years to life, making them eligible for parole. Key points. The brothers. In 1989, Lyle and Eric Menendez took the lives of their parents, Jose and Kitty Menendez, in their Beverly Hills mansion. Trial and conviction. The brothers were tried separately and eventually convicted of first degree in 1996. Defense argument. The brothers claimed they removed their parents in self-defense, citing years of abuse by their father. Prosecution argument. The prosecution argued that the brothers were motivated by financial gain, specifically to inherit their parents' wealth. Resentencing. In 2025, their sentences were reduced to 50 years to life, making them eligible for parole. Possible parole. The resentencing makes them eligible for parole under California's youthful offender law, as they were under 26 at the time of the crimes. Eric Menendez's parole hearing was on Thursday and lasted 10 hours. The hearing was virtual, and Eric Menendez participated from a computer at the Richard J. Donovan Correctional Facility in San Diego. Lyle Menendez's parole hearing was today. The parole board said it's a 3-year denial, and Eric Menendez can then be eligible for parole again at that time. Seems since he's been incarcerated has committed more crimes, but he did issue an apology to his family. It's been over 30 years since the crime against his parents. One of the reasons given for the denial was stated as such: "While we give great weight to youth offender factors, your continued willingness to commit crimes and violate prison rules weighed against Menendez," Barton said. "One can pose a risk to public safety in many ways, with several types of criminal behavior, including the ones you were guilty of in prison," he said. Barton said while he recognizes the feeling of hopelessness and surviving Menendez had when he first came to prison, he believes the result of this parole board hearing would have been different if Menendez had no prison violations since 2013. Since being incarcerated, Lyle has also had some prison violations, but none of violence. Now the remaining brother awaits the decision of a parole.